All right, that event continues on right there in a digital form. We come back live with some breaking news that we are monitoring outside near the White House. We are learning from the Associated Press reporting right now that 2 National Guardsmen have been shot near the White House. Active investigation is going on right now, and you can see the report there from the AP. Darlene Superville saying 2 National Guard members have been shot in Washington, D.C., and their condition isn't known at this time. We want to go out to the coverage of Fox 5 D.C., and looks like they are on this right now. Let's just show you the vantage point and the scene that you are seeing right now play out in D.C. Let's listen in from Fox 5 D.C.
There was reportedly an active shooter near 17th and I Streets. You see D.C. police on scene. More than a dozen cruisers are there near 17th and I. This is near the White House.
Yeah, so Homa, the National Guard, as we know, they have been stationed across the city with mainly a support role for that federal surge that President Trump put into effect over the summer. But we have also seen a scaling back. We have also seen legal challenges to it. We know that some were supposed to be sent home. There was a recent ruling that the Guard was here illegally, but there was a 3-week wait for the Trump administration to be able to challenge that. So still a lot of people stationed here from not just here in D.C. as well, but also Guard members from Ohio, Louisiana, Tennessee, West Virginia as well.
And if you've been in D.C., in and around the district, any time in the last few months, you have seen them. They are at metro stops. They are at the National Mall. They have been walking all around city streets. Chris, like you said, they have been starting to dwindle their numbers down.
We also remember there was a debate over whether or not they would be armed when they were on the street, whether they would be carrying weapons with them. So that is probably one of the major questions here, too, is whether or not, if this was a random attack, if they were armed and able to even defend themselves.
And, right now, MPD saying that they're on scene. It's an active shooting, 17th and I Street. They're asking people avoid the area. They're shutting down streets. It appears that the White House area around the White House may be locked down. Yemisi, you are in and around the White House so often. When something like this happens, we know they're the most well-trained people in the world around that building.
Right, so we know that Secret Service immediately responded to it, and I'm sure that East Exec and West Exec and the road that divides the White House and the Treasury building, remember there are employees probably at the Department of Treasury right now that are under lockdown as well. It's good to know for the viewers that the President and the First Lady both left yesterday to Florida for Thanksgiving, so we know that the President isn't in the White House at this time. I'm sure that there are still senior advisors and maybe even some folks over at Treasury that are still in on Wednesday. If I was at the White House, I would still be working at this Wednesday, and will probably be not allowed to exit until it's given the all clear, which from the looks of it is going to take a long time to figure this out.
And right now there are a lot of road closures in and around the area. They're shutting down pedestrian and vehicle traffic between the 500 and 900 blocks of 17th Street. That goes from New York Ave to K Street Northwest, and the 800 block of Connecticut Avenue from 8th Street to I Street Northwest. So this is going to be a very active, very long investigation. We're just getting this information into the newsroom right now, but as of now, the AP is reporting that 2 National Guard members have been shot in D.C. This is, again, just a few blocks away from the White House, and we are not aware of what their condition is. But initially, sources are telling us that there was an active shooter in the area of 17th and I Street. A lot of road closures. This is closed to pedestrian and vehicular traffic right now. A lot of people are already off for the Thanksgiving holiday in downtown D.C., so many people not at their office jobs today, so it may be a little less of an inconvenience to people when it comes to traffic in that area, but it's likely that the area around the White House will be locked down. We do not know right now if there is a suspect in custody or the condition of the 2 National Guard members who have reportedly been shot in D.C. You're looking at Skyfox live pictures over the area of 17th and I Streets right now.
I'm just looking at some pictures in Slack as well that we have gotten from Dominic Sanchez, and it looks like a heavy police presence, both a combination of Secret Service, Metro Transit, MPD, all in the area of like Farragut Park there around 17th and K. That's right where Connecticut comes in as well. So a very heavily congested area, especially in what would normally be rush hour traffic. So you have to imagine that there are going to be some extensive road closures and delays in that area, especially for anyone trying to leave the city to start their holiday or just get home from work. Also a very popular area for tourists taking the metro, getting out of Farragut, making their way to those monuments, to the White House and things like that.